What's the most messed up situation you had to handle alone? I had to physically stop a student from attacking other kids. A few weeks ago, this new kid Marcus transferred into my 8th grade class. His mom brought him in on the first day and immediately started explaining that Marcus had behavioral challenges and that I needed to be understanding of his unique needs. Marcus seemed okay at first, quiet, kept to himself, did his work, but then I started noticing things. When other kids were presenting, he'd make these loud comments under his breath. That's stupid. Nobody cares about your dumb poster. I pulled him aside and explained that we don't interrupt other students. But his mom had told him he was allowed to express his feelings honestly and that silencing him was harmful. The situation got worse during our group project week. Marcus was assigned to work with 3 other kids. Instead of participating, he just sat there playing games on his phone while his teammates did all the work. When I asked him to put the phone away and contribute, he said, "My mom says I can't be forced to do things that stress me out. Group work stresses me out." His teammates were getting frustrated, so I tried calling his mom to discuss it. She told me that Marcus was gifted and probably bored by the assignment and that I should give him more challenging individual work instead. But the worst moment came during lunch period. I was monitoring the cafeteria when I heard shouting from the corner table. Marcus had apparently gotten upset about something and was throwing food at other students. Mashed potatoes were flying everywhere. Kids were ducking under tables, and the lunch ladies were trying to figure out what was happening. I walked over and told Marcus he needed to stop immediately. He looked me right in the eye and said, "You can't make me do anything. My mom says I have rights." Then he picked up his entire lunch tray and hurled it at a table of 6th graders. One girl got hit in the face with a chicken nugget and started crying. Her friends were covered in ketchup and milk. That's when Marcus stood up and started walking toward one table, picking up more food as he went. He was clearly planning to keep throwing things, and these younger kids were scared and couldn't get out of the way fast enough. I stepped in front of Marcus and grabbed his wrist as he was about to launch a handful of green beans. "That's enough," I said firmly. "You're going to the principal's office right now." Marcus tried to twist away from me, but I held on and guided him toward the exit. He wasn't hurt. I was just preventing him from throwing more food at the other kids. But apparently that was the wrong move. 20 minutes later, Marcus's mom stormed into the principal's office screaming that I had assaulted her son and violated his civil rights. She demanded that I be fired immediately. She pulled out her phone and started recording herself giving this dramatic speech about how our school was discriminating against neurodivergent children and how she was going to expose us on social media. I tried to explain what had actually happened, but she wasn't interested in hearing my side. She just kept shouting about lawsuits and calling the superintendent and shutting down our abusive program. I thought my career was over. I'd been teaching for 8 years and never had anything like this happen. All I did was stop a kid from throwing food at other students, but apparently that made me some kind of monster. But Marcus's mom wasn't done. That evening, she posted a 15-minute video on Facebook claiming that our school was systematically abusing special needs children and calling for people to boycott our district. The video went viral, of course. Parents were commenting with angry emojis, sharing horror stories about their own kids' schools, and demanding action from the school board. The district was getting hundreds of calls from outraged parents who had only heard one side of the story.